For as long as any of us can remember, construction has been all about concrete and steel, right? But what if I told you that the most powerful new building material is data? Today, we're going to explore how the Internet of Things is completely revolutionizing the job site, right from the ground up.
I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. What if your job site could actually talk to you? What if every single piece of equipment, every pallet of materials, every single worker could give you a live update right now? What do you think they would say?
Well, they'd probably tell you about all the stuff that drives us crazy. The guesswork that leads to really expensive mistakes, the delays that throw the entire project off schedule, the materials that just seem to disappear, driving up waste, and of course, the big one, the accidents and safety risks that keep us up at night. For far too long, we've just accepted this as, well, part of the job. But here's the thing, we don't have to accept it anymore. The solution isn't some far-off futuristic idea. It's literally flying over our heads and embedded in the tools we use every day. It is time to start building smarter. Okay, so let's get right into it. To really understand this smarter way of building, we have to talk about the core technology that makes it all possible, the Internet of Things. You've probably heard it called IoT. Now, don't let the technical name scare you off. At its heart, IoT is a really simple concept. It's about taking any normal physical object, I'm talking a hard hat, a generator, even a simple piece of rebar, and giving it a digital voice by embedding it with sensors so it can connect to the internet and share data. This is probably the best way to think about it. It's like you're giving the entire job site a central nervous system. All of a sudden, it can feel things, temperature, pressure, location, and because it can feel, it can instantly react and tell you what's happening right now. Your job site is no longer just a static collection of materials. It's a living, breathing environment. So how does this whole nervous system actually work? Well, you can break it down into 4 key parts. It all starts with the sensors. These are the eyes and ears out on the site. Then you've got connectivity. Those are the nerves that carry all the signals. Next is data processing. That's the brain, making sense of all that raw information. And finally, you have the user interface. That's the screen on your tablet or phone where you see the alerts and reports. So we've got the pieces of the puzzle, but how do all these different smart things actually communicate with each other across a huge, busy, and noisy worksite? Let's take a look. The simplest way is a direct device-to-device connection. A perfect example is pairing your phone to a Bluetooth speaker. One device talks directly to the other. It's straightforward, it's easy, and it's great for tasks over a short distance. But what if the devices aren't right next to each other? That's where the device-to-cloud model comes in. Here, each individual device connects straight to the internet, sending its data to a central service in the cloud. This totally removes any distance limits. Finally, you've got the most advanced setup, the device-to-gateway model. In this case, a whole group of devices will talk to a local hub first. Your smartphone is actually a perfect example of a gateway. That gateway then securely manages, translates, and sends all their information to the cloud in one go. It's a really efficient and secure way to manage a lot of data. All right, enough of the theory. How does all this tech actually change things day to day on a real job site? This is where it gets really exciting. Just imagine this. You put a tiny, cheap RFID tag on every pallet of materials. As the delivery truck drives through the site entrance, your inventory is instantly and perfectly updated. You know exactly what you have and where it is at all times. Just think of the waste and theft that single change eliminates. And we can put this technology to work protecting our most valuable asset by far, our people. Smart wearables, things like sensors and hard hats or vests, can monitor vital signs and even detect if someone has a fall. That means help can be on the way in seconds, not minutes. It's a total shift from being reactive about safety to being truly proactive. It's also all about precision. Instead of just waiting a standard number of days for concrete to cure and basically guessing, you can use sensors embedded right in the concrete itself. They'll tell you the exact moment it reaches optimal strength. This lets you move on to the next phase way faster, all while guaranteeing quality. So you can see the pattern here, right? For pretty much every major headache we face on a job site, there's a specific IoT solution. Lost materials? Solved with RFID and GPS. Unscheduled downtime? Predictive maintenance sensors give you a heads up. Safety incidents? Smart wearables. Project delays? Real-time progress monitoring. It's a direct answer to our biggest challenges.
But the incredible value of this technology doesn't stop when the construction is finished and we hand over the keys. In fact, the technology we install on the job site today is actually building the intelligent infrastructure of tomorrow. That's because an IoT-enabled construction project doesn't just end up as a building, it becomes a smart building. That same nervous system we created for the construction phase now serves the building for its entire life cycle. Think about that. This living building can monitor its own structural health, looking for tiny cracks or vibrations. It can automatically manage its own heating and lighting to slash energy costs. It can enhance security with smart locks and cameras, and it can even detect environmental risks like a fire or a flood long before a human would. We're no longer just building structures, we're building responsive environments. So that leaves us with one final thought. Right now, at this very second, your construction site is creating mountains of data. It's telling you everything you need to know to be more efficient, safer, and more profitable. The technology is here, the opportunity is here, the only question left is, are you ready to start listening? Thanks so much for watching. This explainer on the Internet of Things in construction is property of Alpha Constructions.